back once again. That's right. We're back again, me and Sean.
Yep.
Another adventure. So, last we left off, we had a bunch of adorable little things in the episode and one big old Gertha. That Bertha Gertha. And now we're continuing down this mysterious, I was going to say trench, but this isn't a trench. This mysterious path we find ourselves on. And Sean?
Yeah?
Look at those little gobbygoops. Little gobbygoops, just chilling.
Gobbygoops, and what are those called?
They're goblins.
Okay.
Yep, I'm just going to go around them. We're not here for the small fry. We're here for those big boys. So, the path we're taking forward, Sean.
Yep.
This is also in that little creviced area that's like secretive, kind of.
Okay.
It's leading us into this bigger area.
Oh, go.
Now, in this bigger area,
Yep.
you're going to notice there's a big red wall.
Holy shit, that's a firewall.
Yep. We want to get in there.
Yeah.
To get in there,
we have to
do this mission next to us right here.
Okay.
So,
all right. Why are you saying it like that? Am I going to get pissed off?
Well, because you might be wondering, what mission are we about to do? How about another Undying? The Undying fearsome sea through the five-foul sea will be driven intense loathing of all their lives. Syphax, so like the syphilis man, is just a flying head. The insidious, I was about to say incestuous, we're not going into that, is of their number, a number I am tasked with bringing down.
Yep.
My mark dwells in the abandoned dig seath lair deep within the bowels of Mahabara. He's a treacherous foe, but to be sure, but one I must overcome if I am to see my crystallized loved again. So once we beat him, door's gonna open, and this is another of the Undying that are off the list.
Okay.
Now, to get to this one, we have to do some traveling. There is a fast travel I can take that'll get us close to it.
Yeah.
But from there on out, we gotta start running.
Okay.
Because he's, dang it.
Oh my god, they're so slow.
Well, they're standing up. They were sitting down. You are right, though. Like, for a chocobo, they're pretty slow.
Yeah.
But I walked into one, and my little guy didn't like it. My big guy.
Yeah.
The little guy's living in Saz's hair right now.
Yeah.
Should we name all the chocobos?
No,
Chocobo 1, Chocobo 2, Chocobo 3.
We've done that shit.
There's the cactar again. There's the sheep.
Yep.
So, once I get to the teleporter, we're going to go there. We're going to go take care of him. It'll unlock that area. We can go and have more fun in the unlocked area.
Yep.
And I believe, if I'm thinking correctly, I think once behind that unlocked area should be the last of the Undying we have to deal with before there's two of them we have to deal with that are, I believe, endgame.
Okay.
But we're going to take care of everything that we're able to now. Because the endgame stuff is, for all intents and purposes, I have to be max level to take on some of the endgame enemies. Right. I have to be. There's no getting around it.
Okay.
But right now, I think that'll be the last thing I can take on where I am now. I think. I can't comprehend anything around here that can really cause me any problems.
Okay.
That is like available in chapter 11. Like, as far as I'm aware, everything here I can kill. Even him, I can kill him. I think the only stuff I can't would be like, yeah, even the higher level enemies, like with the right build and strategy, I can beat all of them. But I'm not going to spend my entire time fighting enemies just because of the fact that I want to prove to myself I can do it when I've already beaten this on my own.
Right.
So we're going, fast travel's right over here. And then from the fast travel, we'll go back to the mines. From the mines, we have to start traversing the lands, battling evil, fighting the darkness, just sword in hand.
Yep.
So, man, I'm saying so much. With those words I say, so there's a lot of times... There's a video I watched when I was younger, and it's still around today, and I still watch it like a few times a year.
Flashbacks.
In a good way.
Yeah.
These are post-traumatic happiness, PTHD, post-traumatic happiness disorder.
Yeah.
They're good memories. So there was a song that was released on IGN, I think, when they had their 10-year anniversary.
Yep.
And it was called "The World Is Saved." It's an 8-bit digital video with a song that's like, "The world is saved if you like," all that. And there's a lot. It's about being a gamer and beating a game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, now what? Now the hollow feeling and everything, because it's like it was never about beating the game. It was all about the adventure. You know, that's what it was all about.
You know, you saying that reminds me of that song. The world is a vampire.
Set to drain.
Who sings that? I should know that.
That's Smashing Pumpkins.
Smashing Pumpkins, okay.
Despite all my rage, I'm still just a rat in a cave.
Yep.
I sing that to song now and then when me and her are wrestling. Like I'll be scratching her tummy and she's wanting to wrestle my hand.
Sage.
Despite all my rage, it's still just a sage in a cage.
That's awesome.
Sage has a lot of nicknames
I
like that.
miss Sage.
The
you should have brought her.
I actually debated. I was just
should've.
like, I should just hide Sage and bring her here.
Well, the thing is, you could.
I guess we've never mentioned it once. I'm at Sean's place right now.
Well, yeah. We never did.
We've never mentioned. I moved the entire setup into Sean's place. Like this is Sean's place we're at right now.
Yeah, Cody's 2.5 hours away from home right now with all of his shit.
I brought everything I need to record. Sean had what I needed to plug things into, and I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it to it.
All right, we're almost to him. But yeah, so Sage has a lot of nicknames.
Yeah.
So like the Ragin' Sagin she goes by.
I talked to my landlord.
Sagers.
I can have
Sagey Ragey.
I can have small dogs or a cat for up to 3 days.
I think if Sage came here, she would have been freaking out and hidden away somewhere in the corner of this entire place for like 2 days.
You know where she would have been?
Probably behind your TV, behind the fireplace.
Yep. She would have went right behind that fireplace.
And she wouldn't have come out.
Nope.
Well, I would have had to bring a litter box and everything too. A litter box and food. I would have had to bring everything.
You would have had to bring her food. I would have done a little.
Because I loaded her up on a ton of food, and Brent's going to be at the house this weekend.
Well, I was going to say, yeah.
Brent's going to be... So, Sage is safe. It's not like I abandoned Sage.
Well, and Sage is a fucking cat.
Yeah, see?
It's
like,
not,
yeah, Sage is really happy
when
I'm around.
Frank. If you would have had to leave Frank at
Frank
home,
would lose his mind.
Yeah.
Frank is over at Grandma and Grandpa's place.
Yeah.
So
And see, I thought your mom was going up.
To watch him?
Yeah. But then, again, that's Brent.
I was heading down this way, so I just dropped him off as I went.
Gotcha.
God, these goddamn birds. Oh my god, did I just juke those birds?
You juked them.
Oh my goodness.
Keep going.
Why is Fang not playing for the NFL?
She'd probably sign with the fucking Vikings.
Actually, what would Fang sign with? Probably the Jaguars, because Jaguars have fangs.
Yeah.
Oh, these moves. Okay, I couldn't get through anyone.
The Rockman, you Rockman.
They dropped me at the 20-yard line.
No, 2-yard line. That was a big fuck you.
I still got a ways to go before we're at the
350. That ain't bad.
350.
This guy has
no. He's fine.
He ain't got a chance.
My level is high enough now where like I can just look at this. I have it set for 3 Ravager. I can just mash the A button. There's not a lot of skill in any of this, and also he's weak to magic in general. So, just
Your moves are weak.
Look at that! I'm just throwing this controller around like it's nothing. All right, so here we are, right up here. Do you see him right there?
Yeah, I see him.
I'm gonna save before I go up to that.
Good idea.
Because that is going to be, it's not a problem child, but it's definitely. Let's see, what's a good way of how to make it sound like what we're about to deal with. Imagine getting crabs.
Genital crabs?
Yes.
Okay.
And you're cleaning off the crabs, or like you're using the special comb. And while you're doing it, you see a wave of crabs approaching and about to give you more crabs. You're going to understand in a very...
So it's like, hold on, before you go. So it's like that YouTube video of that dude who tries to kill a spider with a broom, and as soon as the broom hits the spider that's like the size of my fist,
it breaks down,
and a billion fucking spiders go. Okay.
Here we go. Hi, bud. What's your name gonna be? How about Rodriguez? You're Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going in here. And hi, everybody. This is still not the boss, by the way. We haven't even fought the boss yet.
Right.
All right. Everyone stick Ravager. And some of these guys have, like, area of effect attacks where they can attack an entire area.
Yeah.
So, keep in mind, look, Numidia E we're fighting right now, right?
Yeah, Numidia.
So, they go by letters for, like, A, B, C, D, E.
Yep.
I'm going to kill a few of these. And you will now notice...
You know what's crazy?
If I do that... Well, take a look at this. You're going to love this. Ready?
You got the TV volume on 1, right?
And you can still hear it pretty fine?
Yeah.
So, this is already all the way down to H. There's a lot that come out.
Oh, okay.
So we're gonna be here for a little bit.
That's fine.
And now that I'm getting a little hurt, we're gonna go Commando Ravager. The reason I say that is because, so you think there's going to be a few, right? Like, oh, there's going to be a few popping up. We're going to have to fight a little.
Yeah, you probably get all of them done, and then all of a sudden it does a cutscene, and then there's like 50 of them.
Oh, there's no cutscene. They just keep coming.
Oh, okay.
We're up to L. So there's L.
We're doing the whole alphabet.
I think it even goes past the alphabet. There's P.
Into the fucking Canadian alphabet?
Is there Canadian alphabet? I'd believe
A, B,
you. There's
C,
X.
D, E, F,
That's my favorite. There's X. Yeah, H-I-J-K, element of buddy.
Yeah,
Q-R-X-T-U-A. W-X-Y. Isn't it Flynn?
Flynn.
And
Yeah.
Flynn. Now I know. Oh, there's the boss. There he is.
Now
I know my Canadian ABCs. Susie likes big balls. What do you think of these?
I think it's hairy balls.
Susie likes hairy balls. What do you think of these?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
Yeah, lament it. Yeah, yell at me all you want. I gotta beat up your kids still.
Yep.
I missed that song by Your Favorite Martian. They're back now, but they had a song when they were originally around.
Right.
And I think he just summons. Yeah, he just summons more. There's more.
Oh, okay.
So we have to kill him now, or he's gonna keep summoning the babies.
Right.
So if I go to abilities and I just auto attack, yeah. So he just restarts the alphabet. That's what he does.
Okay, where's his stagger choice? Do you have to get it up there before it shows you, or can you see
It can show if I do enough damage and I'm fighting him long enough. Or
that's the only thing I fucking hate about this game when you fight. I always want
well, it's
to
200
see that. Right, but I always want to see that.
Yeah,
When it
well, he
says
was a new
question
enemy,
marks,
that's why.
When it says question marks, it's like, no.
like,
fuck
unless I
that.
use Libra, all of this will stay question, but I can literally just keep hitting A right now. The problem with fighting him is that the fight is entirely a war of attrition. He keeps summoning enemies, and I have to keep beating them and beating him.
Yeah.
The entire fight is me trying to bleed him out before he summons an army.
Right.
And there can only be a certain amount of them out on the field. It's not like there's going to be literally 50 out here. But he can just keep summoning, and that's the scariest part.
I love how you just said out on the field. It's like you're sitting here with a sports freak and a sports broadcaster, and you have all the terminology that I never saw 10 years ago when we were kids.
Oh, and would you look at...
It's over here on the, coming out
Would
to
you
the
look
field.
at that? The 1989 Broncos have taken the field.
Oh my fucking god.
So, me and Sean have a little tradition. We have a drinking game.
Yep.
I don't drink, but I'll drink like disgusting things, and Sean will drink alcohol.
Joe fucking... Cody has to drink something coconut liquid
Well, like,
flavor.
I like coconut. It's just
Right.
that there's some things that are really disgusting with coconut.
Coconut whey
and it
is
just
still
so
my
happens some
favorite.
of the most disgusting drinks out there have coconut for a flavor, which
Yeah.
blows my mind because I love coconut.
Yeah.
So it's just like, why would someone create something so disgusting out of something so delicious?
Yeah.
Pina coladas are amazing.
Where me, I gotta drink beer.
So
But it's a South
we had to
Park
sit down,
drinking game.
and we made the rules, and one of them
Yeah.
was that we have to drink whenever there's any famous person that appears in a scene. It has to be a scene.
Yeah.
So one of the problems is that we're doing the first season, and on the 13th episode, Carbon's mom is a dirty. Well, I've said word slut.
Yeah, you said rumors.
Yeah, I'm not worried about saying that. I'm worried about saying other words. So
Yeah.
we do that, and one of the things is celebrities. The 1989 Denver Broncos come up.
Yep.
So obviously, number 7 comes up.
Yeah,
we all
John
know.
Elway.
We all know and love John Elway.
Yep.
So we have to, drink when we see John Elway. Now the problem is that they flub some of the dates now and then, and it's 1989, 1991, and then 1998. 1998 comes up in part 2. But we had to sit down and think like, okay, well, we have to figure out what numbers that are shown are actual players,
Yep.
and we have to go from there.
Yep.
So, and I 5-starred that. Oh, 60,000! Jesus!
Damn.
That was a lot!
Yeah, you got lucky on that one.
What did I get? Uranite and the Heart Striker. That is a great one. Heart Striker.
Uranite and the Heart Striker.
Oh, look. Oh, he's so sad. Look at that little guy. Oh, no. Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. Alrighty. Well, that does it for
Wilkers,
me.
Batman.
Oh, gosh. So,
Yeah.
well, we did it. So, we had to calculate the numbers, and we had to count every time those numbers appeared on screen, because those are technically celebrities for all intents and purposes.
Yeah.
Now, at one point they mess it up and they bring up the 1991. Well, we are only using the rule of real celebrities that have existed.
Yep.
So technically we put Jesus in that mix because Jesus lived, and I would say celebrity status. I would
Well,
say
we
Jesus
have
is a
to.
celebrity.
Yeah.
So we went through and did that, and we had to sit down and come up with, okay, well, 1991 Denver Broncos, we have to go by Cartman's birth and when things were released. Now, obviously, they
South
exist.
Park was made in
97 the episode came out, so 91 would still qualify. But then it comes up in a flashback at the 12th annual Drunken Barn Dance.
Yeah.
So we have to decide, okay, well, do we count the 1991 Denver Broncos? Because they would have brought in the current time they had the 91 Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
But we had to decide whether or not, well, we're dealing with who appeared back at the Drunken Barn Dance.
Cartman was already born.
Cartman would have already been born in 1991, so
Yep.
the 91 Denver Broncos.
You mean in 89? 90.
In 91, he would have already been born.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah,
they can't be the father.
Yeah.
But they're there.
And the 1998 one.
But they meant it's the one that's like, who is Eric Cartman's father? And they mention it there. So I'm like, what do we consider? We still had to do John Elway. We still had to put him in there.
Yeah.
Because obviously they showed him, and it is him. He has a different shaped head and everything.
Yep.
So we had to do John Elway no matter what.
Well, and Elway only did the 2 out of the 3. He wasn't on the 98 team.
Well, the 89, you mean?
Oh, he was on 89 and 91.
But they didn't bring up the
90.
90. But they didn't bring up the 98.
No, I know, but when they do, you'll see that it's not Elway.
But since if they physically show him, do we have to count him?
No.
If he's physically present, he is a celebrity.
We'll get into it.
We decided not to do the 91 because they brought it up in that one part that was just like showing the characters.
Yeah.
And they said 91. Cartman wouldn't have been born yet.
Right.
Now, yes, technically, since they're shown, we would have had to drink. But since we're going by who is Eric Cartman's father,
Yeah.
I didn't think it was right to actually count it.
No.
We did have to do Elway, though, because they showed
It's
him.
fucking John Elway.
It's John Elway. He would have still been a part of the team. I don't know. Maybe he got bored and he wanted to go and see if he was someone's dad. Maybe that's what he wanted.
Maybe.
So we counted that one, and we had to tally everything
I
up.
wonder if they honestly went out and got that ice cream.
For the ending?
The ending. Like, let's go get some ice cream, son. And
Let's go get some ice
I
cream,
wonder if they
son.
honestly went out and got ice cream.
I mean, I wouldn't give Cartman ice cream.
I wouldn't either.
So did you know that in South Park they do technically age? In the beginning of
Yeah.
South Park,
Yeah, you can
Cartman
tell.
is 8 years old.
Yeah, you can tell.
Current South Park, he's 10.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird to think, like,
It's every 10 seasons is a year.
have they stated that?
Yeah.
Because I know when they got up to...
Because 4th grade, because they're in 3rd grade.
No,
right?
right now they're in 3rd, because they're in 4th grade currently.
Right.
Because they used to laugh and play and smile each day in the 3rd grade.
Right. And then so it was Garrison in frickin'
Third grade.
3rd grade.
Yes.
Chokes on Dick in frickin'
The 4th
4th
grade.
grade.
Yes.
And then didn't they make it to 5th grade already?
No, they haven't made it to 5th grade. You can have a birthday.
But
like,
the 5th graders went to 6th graders from those seasons. Okay.
Yes.
Because it was 5th graders on Stick of Truth, and it was 6th graders on Fractured Butthole.
No.
That's what it is. Yeah, it is.
Because
6th graders on Fractured
Because
Butthole.
this is back during Chokes on Dick time, they went to 6th graders. Remember? Because they called little fourthies.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, they were 5th graders when they were in 3rd grade, and then they said, because they were 3rd graders and then they were 4th graders. No, they're not 6th graders yet.
No.
They'd still be 5th graders right now.
Yeah.
Because they were in 4th grade, and then they went up, and they're just like, now we're 4th graders. You can't do that. We're 4th graders now. And they're like, yeah, well, now we're 5th graders. And then it's like, then they went and bullied the 3rd graders, and like, yeah, how do you like that? I prefer early mid to mid South Park is my favorite.
Yeah. Well,
I have
I
have not seen any of the specials. I haven't seen
No.
newer stuff.
No.
Integrity Farms, I just am not a fan of Integrity Farms.
Well, no. The South Park.
It just turned me away.
South Park's
I couldn't even finish
golden-
a season when they got to that.
South Park's golden age was season 3 to about season 8.
I love up to season 10. I think 10 was good too.
I
Make
didn't-
Love Not Warcraft was amazing.
Yeah,
I loved it.
I don't know, but we're
All
gonna
right.
have to call it too.
All right, let me.
So,
Yeah, it's Central Expand. So we're gonna go
yep.
in the next episode.
We'll figure out the whole South Park thing, and we'll get back to you.
We're
guys.
gonna go into another new area, and we're gonna go and say hi to some new and old faces, and maybe make some memories along the way.
Okay.
Oh, and that's right. We're gonna meet another thing you're gonna really love. You're either gonna
okay.
really love it or you're gonna really hate it.
Okay.
So I want to thank everyone for watching. I want to thank everyone for making this possible, and thank the patrons for making things possible. When we come back, we're gonna go and have some more adventures.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good one, everybody.
Skip.